evening, folks, and welcome to Garbage Theater Season 5 Finale Special. I'm your host, Chase, my co-host, Blake and John.
Hello.
Heyo.
Oh, Season 5. Put a bow on it.
What a roller coaster.
So, we're going to go through our usual trappings of our finale special and a couple little things at the end, and then we will launch our Shark Month. So, without further ado, we usually start with our worst of the season, our top 5 worst movies that we watched. Any takers to go first?
Not me.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay.
All right. Number 5, I've got Absolution. Because if we're going to have a Steven Seagal movie, it's going to be in the top 5 somewhere. Number 4, I've got Battle for the Lost Planet. Because I just found that movie just to be droning and boring and not anything to remember. Kick-ass soundtrack aside.
Okay.
Number 3, I've got Scorpion Thunderbolt. Because it was Scorpion Thunderbolt.
Mm-hmm.
It made my head hurt. Number 2, I've got Night of the Were-Rooster, because it was, like swamp ape fungicide level quality without at least anything to really make fun of. We never even got to see the monster, folks.
Terrible.
And number 1, how could it be anything but a talking cat? Fuck
As
that movie.
expected.
And everything involved in it.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking shitty.
All right, who's up next?
I'll go.
Okay.
So my number 5 was Absolution.
Hey!
Yeah. I mean, I like talking about it, but it was fucking terrible. Number 4 would be Hocus Pocus, because fuck that movie.
Damn.
Number 3 is Iron Eagle.
Ooh.
Just because it infuriated me so much. And I found that I picked those two based on the fact that other people love them so much. And I just, I think that just made me mad.
Just sticking it to him.
Number 2, Scorpion Thunderbolt. And number 1, of course, a talking cat.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah. A lot of stuff lining up.
Yeah.
I kind of looking through the list. I was like, yeah, there's definitely going to be some that everyone's got on their list. All right, my number 5. So, in Susan Sontag's 1964 essay "Notes on Camp," she writes, "One must distinguish between naive and deliberate camp. Pure camp is always naive. Camp which knows itself to be camp is usually less satisfying. And this is why Night of the Were-Rooster is number 5 on my list."
This motherfucker here.
It's another one of these like horror comedies that like shrouds itself in self-awareness just to guard against criticism of being like a piece of shit. Number 4, Rise of the Chupacabras. I'm surprised it's not on your guys' list, honestly. It sucked.
I just hated other things more, that's all.
Yeah, it was just forgettable to me. I didn't even really think about it too much.
Well, I'm realizing that's the worst thing for me. If something is just boring and forgettable, that's worse than something that's like really bad but kept me interested.
It's
you know what I mean?
good logic. I mean,
Yeah.
Number 3, Absolution. Just abysmal.
Yes.
No one involved had a single original thought. It's like remarkable that it even got made. Like it's like a bunch of really lazy guys somehow made a movie. I just don't understand.
Well, we know
how
at
it
least
got
one
done.
lazy guy was involved.
Yeah. Too lazy to walk upstairs.
Yeah, so lazy. Everyone involved was lazy. I guess except for Ryu.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have a talking cat
Okay.
because it has to be up there.
I'm curious now.
Yeah, and number 1, I put Scorpion Thunderbolt. I mean,
Okay.
what's left to be
Alright.
said, really? It's
No, I mean,
It's awful. Even as a Godfrey Ho fan, it was pretty exhausting.
Yeah. It's like 9 movies.
Yeah. It's impossible to follow. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't see myself arguing with either one of y'all about y'all's picks.
Yeah.
They were all dog shit.
Oh, that's acceptable. Are we just becoming more numb to the bad movies?
No,
Maybe. Like looking through the list of what we watched, there was more stuff this season that like I didn't think really reached, peak terrible as previous seasons.
I think what's happening to me is I'm less shocked by how bad the movies are now, and I'm just angry at them now. Like, as it used to be, I can't believe this movie's so bad. Now I know the movies are bad, and I just get angry at them for being that bad.
It's like, why did you guys even do this?
Why even make the attempt?
I was bored.
All right, so since we wrapped up season 5, we thought it would be fitting to start a worst of all time list. So we
how
went
many
back.
movies we got under our belts now?
It's up there. We're gonna be hitting movie number 100 in episode 3 of season 7 will be movie 100.
Wow.
So we're closing in. So we're going to do a worst of all time, but we're just going to pick 3 so that we don't just pick, our worst of the worst for all 5 seasons.
Okay.
And we've also opened it up to our special months as well.
Okay.
So let's do reverse order on this one.
Okay. So I'll go first then.
Yeah.
So this is a list of films with the absolute least value. Like anything that didn't make this list at least gave me like a laugh or made me question the sanity of the filmmakers or something. These got like nothing out of me except boredom, which, as I mentioned, is like the truest failure for something intended to be entertainment. So I've got at number 3, Empire of the Sharks. Just trash. Just boring waste of time trash. China Salesman, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it. My hate for that movie burns as strong as ever. And my worst movie I think we've ever watched is Gunan. Again, it's just nothing. There's nothing in that movie. I even thought about it. I was like, I had Love on a Leash versus Gunan. I was like, man, which one's the worst? And at least Love on the Leash had a couple of moments that made me laugh. Had a couple of moments where I'm like, what is this? Gunan, I was like half asleep the whole time. Terrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm proud I got one of my picks was number 1.
Congratulations.
I figured Blake would sweep this whole thing.
Well, mine, I don't have anything in common with you for this.
Okay.
So I said first is going to be The Suckling, because that was just terrible on so many levels. Like, made me feel weird watching it. Then Talking Cat.
Yeah.
And then Love on a Leash, because that's what started us down this stupid talking animal road. But somehow Talking Cat was better than Love on a Leash. Because Love on a Leash, that was brutally bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would watch China Salesman again before I'd watch Love on a Leash.
Oof, I
wouldn't,
all that.
honestly.
Oh, I would.
Just the dog like ad-libbing the whole time was funny to me. Like, yeah. I'd rather watch that.
Now, I was
honestly
considering Born into Mafia, but I think I enjoyed that one. Like, it was bad, but I enjoyed how bad it was.
Right.
It's so strange.
Wow, all three of your worst of all times were my picks.
Yes. That's not like a shot at you. It's just these fucking talking animals. Though.
I know.
Enough of it.
All right. So for mine, this was really difficult. I went through and my initial list to weed down was like 9 movies long.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know like how should I approach this? Should it be movies that were just really forgettable? Should if they at least got like morbid laughs out of me, was that a positive? And I just fell back to my usual standard of which 3 could you not get me to watch again under any circumstance? So my number 3 is A Nutcracker in 3D.
I considered that one.
No, never watch it again.
Yeah, that was wow.
My number 2, now my number 1 and my number 2 were flip-flopping around, and this is just how they had to land. My number 2 is the infamous Go with LaFleur.
I considered putting it on my list, but I didn't watch it, so I didn't figure it'd be fair.
There's deep-seated emotions with that movie, so it's up there. And it was number 1 for a while, but I bumped it down to number 2 because although it is terrible, and I hate it with a passion, it is 9 hours shorter than China Salesman.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So China Salesman tops my list. I have no intentions of ever watching that again.
No, dear God, no. Life's too short.
Last episode we talked about hills to die on, and China Salesman was my hill. and I'm very proud of it. Because for listeners that aren't privy to our conversations behind the scenes, I got so much shit for China Salesman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were making memes about it. I was just getting random fucking text about it. So I that's my hill, and I'm very proud of that pick. It's look, I'd never watch it again, but
I mean, I understand why you did it.
Yeah.
So bad. Okay, so moving on to our award ceremony. I'm just going to go down the list of awards, and if you've got a nomination, throw it out, and we will either second or veto it.
Right.
So, anyone have a nomination for the Desert Heat Award?
Franken-hooker.
Second.
Oh, come on.
Dude, that was awesome.
Now, I'm gonna push back on this a little bit first. I say that one is worthy of the Bizarro Buffalo Rider Award for sure. No. Where we thought it was going to be terrible and it turned out to be all right. But Desert Heat?
Yes.
No, I legitimately thought it was great.
I would have no problem watching that right now. Yeah. No problem.
Like, I have no reservations about it. Do you have another option?
No, I wasn't going to give it to anything this season.
Man, I mean, Frank, come on. Franken-hooker was
awesome.
A classic right there.
We're even using it in this finale thing as one of our games. I mean, it's an awesome movie.
I'm saying it was better than we thought it was going to be. I'm just saying I don't think it's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you lose.
I've been outvoted. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you lose.
No, and it is fully worthy of that award.
Totally.
Congratulations, Franken-hooker. You made it.
You did it.
All right. Buffalo Rider Award. A movie that we thought was going to be amazing and was not.
There's one movie, but I don't want to give it an award, but what came to my mind was The Mummy. Like, it should have been okay. It had the money to be okay, and it wasn't. But I really don't want to give Scientology an award.
No.
Yeah.
No Jekyll Awards.
Okay.
My nomination for Buffalo Rider was Fire Back. Because, like, I don't know, based on the trailer, I thought it would be, like, a fun, dumb action movie.
I can see that.
You see,
yeah, it really didn't live up to the trailer.
I was pretty much thinking that was going to be horse shit from the jump.
I mean, I didn't expect it to be good. I just expected there to be more gun.
Yeah. There was about 95% less gun than I expected.
Yeah, it was another one of those instances in Richard Harrison movies where it's it's too many movies cobbled together, and the interesting one is the one that you barely see.
Yeah. Do you have a nomination, Chase?
I don't. I'm wondering if I should second the Fireback or not. Yeah, what the hell? Second.
All right. The eyes
The
have it.
Fireback Buffalo Rider Award. I said for the Bizarro Buffalo Rider Award, Frankenhooker, but that ain't gonna happen.
No.
So, unless you two can come to agreement on a different one.
Well,
to
you
give
know,
that
wait.
to.
The Bizarro Buffalo Rider is one you thought was going to be terrible, and it turned out to be great,
all
right?
right. Yeah.
Then yeah, I second it.
Second
Yeah,
what?
it could get 2 awards.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So there you Frankenhooker's the first movie to get multiple awards.
Just running away with it.
That's actually very high honors coming from us. Not even the Citizen Kane of our show, Desert Heat, got 2 awards.
All right. Worst director. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Godfrey Ho.
Second.
Oof. Well, I'll put out my nominee, even though I've already lost. But Alex Kurtzman, who did The Mummy, and as Blake mentioned, it had the money.
Yeah.
Like,
there was no
everyone-
excuse.
Yeah, everybody else, all the other films we watched, they're low budget movies. Often the directors are just doing the best with what they've got. But this guy had, he had every, he had all the potential, and he just like made a stupid piece of crap.
You make a good point.
It was, however, one movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't end with the goddamn Legend of Zelda.
Are we
video
supposed to
game
look
ending.
at the director's entire body of work or just that movie?
I'm saying that movie.
Okay.
You know what's weird too though is like Godfrey Ho only actually directed, I don't know, maybe 20% of that thing.
Well, then yeah, he gets it then.
Because
Because-
he's barely a director.
Yeah.
And what he did direct was Richard Harrison walking up a hill and throwing a ring in a fire.
Which wasn't so bad.
The way I look at it is he cheated and he still fucked up.
I think
So yeah,
that's
I
fair.
say Godfrey Ho.
That's fair.
Yeah. Worst actor. I say a 7-way tie between everyone and a talking cat.
I have 2 nominations. Am I able to do that?
Why not?
Okay.
Chase did 7.
Yeah, what am I talking about? I say Steven Seagal.
Always a worthy contender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the size 8 from Hocus Pocus.
I only had 1 nomination, and it was Steven Seagal.
Well, then I second that one.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll second it too. Let's just give it to Seagal.
Yeah, he gets it.
Because he definitely deserves it. And he hasn't gotten
Congratulations.
an award yet. So.
He didn't do anything in this thing.
No, he's a terrible actor.
He just sat there and just mumbled stuff.
And you got to think, he cheated too because he wasn't even in most of the parts,
Yep.
and he still fucked it up.
Still fucked it up.
Yeah.
At least, what's his face? The talking cat showed some life while he was like eating his food or whatever.
Nom, 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 nom.
These motherfuckers
All right.
want to human traffic? Not in my town.
Oh, what an idiot!
So we're also going to introduce a new award. And, you know, whenever we introduce a new award, it's named for the movie that it's being given to.
Right.
Blake, do you want to go for it?
No, because I forgot what it was.
It's your award.
I came down with something. I really don't remember what it is.
We're introducing the Iron Eagle Award.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Iron Eagle Award. Thank you for reminding me. It's the movie that pisses me off the most.
It's an award that can only be awarded by Blake each season. So, of course, Iron Eagle gets it this round.
Yes, without a doubt.
So, congratulations, Iron Eagle. You've spawned an award.
It
Out of
also
sheer
spawned a
hatred.
segment on the show and a song and everything. Because I went off on that tirade like unscripted. Like I was pissed about that movie.
That's a classic moment right there. That'll be on a best of garbage theater compilation someday.
Yeah. So yeah, the Iron Eagle Award. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I'm not feeling well tonight.
That's fine.
I'm still sick from watching Hocus Pocus the other day.
Well, while you're mentally in your prime, let's move on to our creative segment where we're going to Franken something.
Yes.
Awesome.
So who wants to lead us off in this?
I guess I can, because once again, I probably have the least amount of info to give, because y'all are usually more creative than I am.
Maybe not this time.
All right, so what do I got to do? I got to tell you the title first, or tell you what's going to happen first?
Yeah.
Just give it your best pitch, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll pitch the creation of the monster.
Okay.
So, a pudgy doctor is staring up at a jar full of piss as he's wanting lightning to strike it. And when it does, it brings forth to life the Franken-fish inside the jar. And when he realizes he's successful, he screams over and over, "It's sentient! It's sentient!" And title card Franken-fish. And then take me out to the ball game, please.
Does he remove his glasses and he's cross-eyed?
No. That comes later when the fish kills him and he knocks off his glasses.
That's the stinger at the end.
Yes. And the fish is voiced by Harry Carey.
The fish is played by Harry Carey, but it's voiced over by somebody completely different.
Yes. I'm down with that.
Fantastic.
I toyed with the idea of doing a Seagal one. But I was like, I'm going to let Blake handle this.
Yeah, as soon as y'all said we need to Franken something, I was like, oh, we're going to make a fish sentient. That's fine. It was easy for me.
Done and done.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really think much else about it. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to make a fish come to life in a jar of piss. We're good.
All right, John, me or you?
I don't know. Mine's kind of in depth, I guess. How's yours?
Not very in depth at all.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I went for quantity over quality with this segment. So I'm just going to start rattling them off. Franken-Eagle.
Nice.
A pilot killed in action is brought back to life to single-handedly take on the Transylvanian Army's crack squadron of vampire MiGs. Number 2, the Frankensaw Women's Prison Massacre. A women's prison is overrun by subterranean Frankensteins. Number 3, Frank in Venice. Frankenstein goes to Venice. Boom, roasted.
I like it.
The Franken Salesman. Frankenstein brings glory to the Communist Party by way of China's most superior cellular communication structure. Number 5, Frankenrider. A man straps a saddle to a scientifically reanimated corpse and becomes Frankenstein Jones.
Oh, I want to see Frankenstein Jones.
We just did an entire special episode, folks. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I'm out of juice.
All right. I mashed up a couple of things, so see if you can figure it out.
All right.
Tokyo, Japan, 1982. A shadowy organization of ninjas vies to be the top assassination squad in the world. They enlist the aid of Dr. Akira Furanken, who has been publishing papers on his attempts to reanimate dead tissue. He's been ostracized by his peers for his bizarre and some say unethical experiments, and jumps at the chance to show them all the true value of his research. Dr. Furanken and his assistant Ito exhume the bodies of the greatest ninjas in history, Gordon, Stewart, Harry, etc., to create the most efficient killer homunculus ninja the world has ever known, Franken-ize. But things do not go as planned, as the creation is impossible to control and starts flipping out harder than anyone could have predicted. Soon, entire towns are wiped out. A shuriken for every neck. Meanwhile, in a completely separate part of Japan, Richard, played by Richard Harrison, hears about the massacres over the radio. He visits an old monk who tells him he must destroy the wizard whose power sustains the Franken-ize.
Fucking wizard.
Yeah.
So I take it everything with Richard Harrison takes place in the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Obviously.
It's good. It's
And
good.
you're like, who did it? Was it the doctor or this old wizard? I don't know.
I don't know. There's this rogue fifeman who's apparently 18 centuries old.
I still don't know what musical instrument. I can't even talk. What musical instrument triggered the snakening or whatever the fuck it was?
None of it made any sense.
And then it doesn't matter.
And then I even snuck in a real Ultimate Power reference in there.
Yeah. Yeah. When the ninjas wailed harder, the pirates sprayed harder.
Love that stuff.
All right, so that's that. We're under a bit of a time constraint, so we're just going to move right to our final segment, and we're going to launch Shark Month 2019. So, John, take us away with movie number 1.
All right. Continuing the series,
Yeah.
we're going to be watching Six-Headed Shark Attack.
Don't mix with the six.
Oh,
So we're in for a bad time here.
Yes.
definitely.
They've only gotten worse, so...
So this one's got 3 out of 10 on IMDb, 3.5 out of 5 on Amazon somehow.
Unheard of.
25% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 86 minutes, directed by Mark Atkins, who also co-wrote the screenplay. Unfortunately, he was the director of a bunch of other Asylum shit, including Planet of the Sharks and Empire of the Sharks.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Starring Brandon Arrett, who we've seen before. He was the dude with the boat in Planet of the Sharks. Cord Newman and Tandy Cord. Tandy Sebe. I don't know. Synopsis. Attendees of a marriage boot camp on a remote island have to fight a six-headed shark that attacks the beach.
A marriage boot camp?
Of course.
Jesus Christ.
Starring Kevin Costner, Waterworld wannabe guy.
Yep.
It's as if they were just flipping through the channels and said, yep, wedding boot camp or marriage boot camp, that's going in the picture.
That's the setting.
And yeah, he looks like he's the, like the marriage counselor guy or whatever. This like rugged looking Australian guy. He's going to save all these people's marriages.
From the spiraling, cartwheeling shark head ball.
But he's a shark hunter too?
I don't know what he is. I watched the trailer, but I didn't get much out of it.
I hope that he's like a retired shark hunter that went into fixing marriages.
Hopefully.
So what's the formation of the shark? Is it 5 heads up front and a tail head?
I couldn't figure it out from the trailer.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. I mean, some of the reviews hint at something pretty wild. So
Okay.
I didn't want to spoil anything, so I left those reviews out.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows I just want to be surprised when I see it.
I know, but we got to get those reactions.
No, that's cool.
That fresh stuff.
Anything's going to make more sense than what they did last time.
A couple of reviews. 2 stars. Another shark movie. Another 2-star review. I will give props to Six-Headed Shark Attack over the other blank-headed Shark Attack movies for bothering to actually write characters in this one, but I mean, this was always going to be horrendous, which it absolutely was. This final one is obviously fake, but I thought it was funny, so I wrote it down. Not a documentary. I thought that I was watching a nature documentary. I was told to write a paper for school on my favorite scientific discovery. I needed to have the coolest presentation in order to not be bullied for the rest of the year. I put in so much time and effort into my presentation, all to be laughed at and shoved in a locker for writing about a starfish shark. Thanks for humiliating me. You successfully made me the biggest loser and most bullied in class. Homeschool is the worst.
I like it.
That was pretty good. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be dog shit.
Well,
yeah.
It's continuing the tradition then.
As long as it's better than Five-Headed Shark Attack, because I honestly can't remember a scene from Five-Headed Shark Attack.
And as long as by the end it grows an extra head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In keeping with the tradition, it needs to end up with many more heads than advertised.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. Have you looked at other shark flicks we may be experiencing? You don't have to tell us what, but I'm just curious if you've picked some out.
I poked around.
Yeah.
I haven't settled on anything yet, though.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe we're going into season 6.
So, yeah, we're going. Yeah, season 6. I think we're going to be hitting the 90s in season 6 for movies.
For a concept, whenever you first brought this to me and you said, "Hey, let's do this," I honestly thought, yeah, that's going to be fun for a couple months.
Here we are, years later.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what are we doing?
People ask me that all the time.
Yeah, I don't.
All right.
You know, it's probably better if we don't think about it too much.
Yeah. Well, all right, folks. That wraps up our season 5 finale special. I know it was a little shorter than we usually do, but hey, you got a fantastic Halloween episode right before this.
Yeah, shut up.
It's only the vampires complaining anyway.
So, again, thank you all for listening to us this season. If you have any movie suggestions, shoot them our way. We're going to be rolling out a new season right after Shark Month. Send them to us on Facebook at facebook.com/Garbage Theater, Instagram at garbage_theater, or email us directly at garbagetheaterpodcast@gmail.com. Any of those is fine, and we'll watch them. We do. We got a new rule, though. What was the rule? Only
know.
one.
It
only
fucks
one.
me somehow. I don't know.
No, they're not safe. That's all. Right?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The one rule we have that doesn't stifle me any.
Yeah. Fan picks aren't safe from being weaponized, so just know that going in. So with that, we bid you good night, and we'll see you next time when we start Shark Month 2019 with Six-Headed Shark Attack. See you then, folks.